Good morning, friends, and g'day from your Aussie Covid Chaplain. It's a Sunday, day of rest for you to be able to hopefully chill and do what you're meant to do on a day of rest, which is rest. And of course, we call it the Lord's Day, so it's a day to think about God and His part in your world. And that's kind of a fitting way to wrap up Connection Week for us, because the most important connection any of us have at any time in the whole of our life is our connection with God. You might say, well, no, not for me. God doesn't mean much to me. I've had, other friends and things that are more important to me than God. Well, I hear what you're saying, but what that really means is that you've actually missed out on the really important connections in your world. You see, there is no connection that can be compared to our connection with God for lots and lots of reasons. One, of course, is that our connection with God as God's child opens up for us an eternity, an entire endless existence with Him, in fellowship with Him. But that's the kind of pie in the sky when I die kind of thing that a lot of non-church people will scoff at and say, oh yeah, but I want to know, it's got to mean something to me now, in the here and now. Well, Christians who know God and have become God's child through faith in Christ would say that the here and now is where they're really enjoying their connection with God. I had a young lady who became a Christian when she was in her early high school years, and she came along to my church because it was the nearest one to her house. And as she began to come regularly, she told me one day this amazing thing. She said, I've discovered how important it is to stay connected to God. And I thought, okay, how did you, as just a young girl at high school who's just a new Christian, come to that decision? She said, I was told that every morning you get up and you talk to God and you say, God, these are the things I've got to do today. I want to commit my day to you. I want you to be a part of my day and to go with me through the day and just look after my day for me. And she said, I forgot to do it 2 days ago. And nothing worked out very well at all. Normally things just cruise along and everything fits into place so nicely. But on that day, everything went terrible. So the next day, I remembered to make sure that I committed my day to God and asked Him to be with me right through the day. And everything worked out fine again. I thought, isn't that silly? Just such a dumb, simple example, her experience, but showing that for her, she had living proof that staying connected with God was actually making a practical difference day by day. So friends, today, on the Lord's Day, on your day of rest, I want to talk to you about connecting with God. Now, yesterday we picked up the word stay connected. Well, if you've never been connected to God, you need to establish that connection by putting your faith in Jesus. But for those of you that have done that, I want to remind you to stay connected to God. And so this day, in fact, what you should do every day in the weeks coming ahead, but for this day in particular, just say to God, God, I want you to walk with me through today. I want you to be with me when I'm with the family or the friends, or when I'm catching up with some unfinished business that has to be done, or when I'm facing a challenge, or when I'm sitting on my own and staring at the wall. I want you to be with me. I want to stay connected with you today. In fact, right through the day. And maybe you'd like to pick up that habit that that young lady talked about, where every morning she would say to God, God, I give you today. If she had something important, an assignment or a test or something coming up, then she'd mention that. And you can do the same. Say, God, I've got these things on my plate today. I ask you to walk with me through this day, and to stay connected with me, and to bring into my world, into my circumstances, all of the blessing and grace that I know comes from you. So enjoy your day today. Have a great day. Have a relaxing day, because I've got an interesting thing to bring up for this coming week that I'd like you to sort of put into practice then. But as we wrap up Connection Week, make your decision today, make it your key interest and purpose to stay connected with God. And as you do, I know that God will bless you.